Welcome to our evidence-based channel for awareness on mental health and relationship matters. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I'm your host, Ammar Mohammed.
Yeah, absolutely true. And I'm also thinking that it also helps the brain to think about, that reduces the stressors about, getting that disease. Is that, well, I've done the sanitization, I cleaned myself, I changed my clothes, I cleaned the groceries, so there are no chances. So that's the cognitive, really, you're helping the cognition to, by me doing that, I'm really helping the cognition for me and the family seeing me doing that. It's actually quite relaxing in a sense. It removes the assumptions and what ifs and all that's the worries that come along with that, I would say.
But for those people who already have pre-existing conditions like obsessive compulsive on hygiene, I think this may pose a bit of an issue for them. Because then the excessive cleaning, the excessive washing, the excessive sanitizing can be detrimental as well. So this is something that they themselves have to be aware of, to what extent clean is clean, because we don't want those who have already OCD become extremely severe because of this. I can imagine what's going through their mind at the
True,
moment
very
dealing
true. I
with
can I
this.
can only imagine what someone with OCD going through these times. So if we were to kind of suggest something that is practical for someone with OCD or severe OCD, would it make sense that they do not do the shopping and they're more likely to stay home
Mm.
or get someone to do that for them if they're living alone? Would
Yeah,
that be
that's
the
actually. Mm-mm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Because we do not want to add more on their, on their processing on this, because it's just gonna exacerbate the situation even more for them.
yeah.
So we have to provide them some other ways. If they're living alone, then they have to start engaging people who are able to, deliver food to them, or something that would not force them to go out and do the shopping themselves, because it could be detrimental.
Great.
Definitely.
Great. So we can move
Definitely.
into or move to the next area where it's like when there are worries and stressors regarding to being at home, being, between four walls, and how can we make that as a positive experience. One thing I felt like it's really, really cool is to pick like a day or 2 days out of the week, or maybe like even 4 days out of the week, is to dress up like if, for example, if you have if you had a lifestyle to eat dinner with family outside like three nights out of the week, it's really nice to have people in the household to dress up and go have dinner, at the dining table, or you can make it, change it in a sense to make it around the, the dining. I'm sorry, the living room, to make it like a change in the atmosphere and have that time to be like instead of going out, we're really dressing to have dinner together as a family, but we're not having in a regular place where dining table is. But it actually can be around the dining table, but it's also nice to have it like somewhere else that are in the home, like the living room or something, like on a coffee table. So I thought that was quite an interesting idea. Any thoughts really regarding to this idea, or any other ideas to make this experience as a positive one for everybody?
Um, just following up on what you were saying just now, I think a good activity is that, when preparing for dinner, is to get everybody involved in it. I usually, what I do is that whenever I want to cook something for the kids, I'll just call them and say, one of my son, and say, can you do this? Can you make salad? Can you cut? I'm monitoring them when they're using knives and stuff. So they're very good at it. They're 12 and 10. So I'm not so concerned so much. And the little one does, other things like taking stuff out, putting stuff in, mix something up. So they kind of enjoy being involved in preparing their own meal in a way.
Right.
And that's something that you can also inculcate in your children, because before you never had the chance to kind of form that, you know, bonding, really strong bonding with your children by doing things together. And this is the time that you can actually get them to do that with you, and you're there presently with them, and they kind of enjoy it. In fact, they're even asking, okay, mom, what else I can do? Do you have a task? Do you have a task for me? And I'm like thinking, am I like that? I'm not giving you a task, I'm just giving you something to do to help out with the cooking.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
he wanted more. So I just give him like, okay, why don't you get the tables ready, put the plates out, get your glasses, get your drinks, put some ice. Just give him the small little things that they can do, that they feel like they're doing something to make dinner. And afterwards they enjoy the dinner together, like they really enjoy it. And I think that's a really good activity to do with the children as well. It's not just, you know, dinner, but also other things as well, like you know, cleaning up,
Right.
put folding their clothes, putting their stuff away, putting their toys away, you know, all the little things that you know you wouldn't manage to spend time doing with your children. This is the time you can do that. And them taking responsibility of themselves, I think, is also another way of helping them to be more independent later on as well.
Mm,
And this is a good time. You're there with them. You're with them. You know,
right.
you
Right.
create that environment that you do things together, and it makes it a lot more fun. Even playing games, like maybe off the computer after they've done with their homework, online classes, whatever it is, pick a game, board game. You know, we miss the board games, right? You bring out those board games, take it out from the shelf somewhere with dust or whatever it is, take it out and spend time with them and play with them. Those small little moments are the moments that you may not be able to have with them anymore as well, once everything goes back to normal.
Um, yeah, these are great ideas, and definitely can bring in a lot of positive attitude around being in the house.
Mm,
Another thing I was thinking about also is catching up on our readings. Many of us want to read books, or we bought some books that we haven't been able to catch up.
that's
Um,
true.
Also, building a skill. If you feel like you've had difficulties with some kind of, um, could be a computer application, it could be a skill that may be related to work, maybe related to the family, maybe related to time management and so forth. It's a really good time to take this quite, serious opportunity to build that skill, because we don't have time. And this is another thing that is positive about being at home, is that we're not spending time in traffic. We're not worried about the safety of our commuting back and forth. We're not dealing with so much time being wasted driving from one area to the other. So this is a lot of time being saved, and that can be used to build a skill. For example, if somebody's been trying to write their own book, for example, and they just don't know how to write a book, and it's really good to be able to catch up on, or build that skill that you've been earning, that you've been yearning for quite some time, and hasn't been able to do so because of the time limitations in the past. So I was thinking of these two things that can be done. And what you mentioned earlier was really quite interesting, because it was very true as well. Spending time with the family, spending time with children. And there is always time to sit together and chit chat and talk. And like you said, play together as well as a good time. And also read together,
Mm,
develop this reading lifestyle in the family. It's quite a strong benefit for children if they were to pick up that for themselves in the future, as well as for adults as well, to be able to develop that skill of reading books and building skills during this time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because, like I said, we have a lot of time on our hands, and for those, based on some of the clients that I had before, a lot of them that we give them a lot of homework, writing a journal or things like that, right? Some of them have this ability to kind of express themselves in writing up a novel or short stories or a poem or things like that. So this is a good time to catch up on those things.
Right. Or
Um,
drawing also, some drawings that
yeah,
can be done, definitely
exactly,
quite
exactly.
quite
Mm,
expressive, quite relaxing, and it's also reading the Quran, reading
yes,
these religious books that can also help us to make it easier for us to make sense out of what we're going through, and also to increase that level. You mentioned it earlier, which is the reflection on the gratitude and how grateful we are for what we have, even
definitely.
though things have changed dramatically to many of us,
Mm.
if not all. But there are definitely a lot of positive things that we can be grateful for.
Definitely, definitely. I totally agree with you, Brother Amar, because at the end of the day, we're still breathing, we're still living, we're still having our loved ones with us. What more can you ask for? We just take one day at a time
Yeah,
and
yeah.
focus